here. Did you forget?
By the way, I know. Here's the thing. I know this type of texting.
Yeah.
You are masturbating while you're doing this.
It was in my hand, maybe. And then I go, I'm flying here. Did you forget? Now I start to worry. I'm like, is this twink, does he have like a dementia? Which I'm fine with. Yeah. But I go, oh, who is this? And he goes, oh, True Geordie, Brian. I'm like, oh my God. How embarrassing. I felt really embarrassed about that.
That's hilarious.
But, nothing Chris did is proven.
No.
So the reality is I'm a person where I go, hey.
Also, I don't think what he did wasn't illegal, and I don't give a shit if you think a guy's creepy.
Right, it doesn't matter.
I don't fucking care, dude. And there's a lot of lot of creepy people. In fact, most people are creepy. You just don't know about their fucking creepiness. Louis C.K., he was just being a creep. Right?
A little creepy, dude.
Be a little fucking. It happens, dude. It's
the worst thing Dillon did was that he produced a school play. It's the worst thing he did was I think he funded and produced a school play.
I don't actually know that he did anything. My understanding when it was
never
all happening,
been proven.
It was all like 18 or 19-year-old girls. It was like a girl that was like 17, I guess, when he found out she was 17.
He always said
this was the creepiest thing that he did.
Right.
He found out she was 17. Then like a year later, after she had turned 18, he hit her up again. And that's a little bit.
It's good memory.
It's not, but it's not fucking grooming. He's not a teacher. He's not a fucking person in his life. Dude, he likes hot young girls.
Right.
Most guys like hot young girls. Most guys don't have the opportunity to get hot young girls, right? So they deal with their fucking hag wives.
You fuck your hag wife. And so nothing was proven.
Yeah, and even if whatever was proven, I think everything that he was accused of was just sort of him being a little bit of a douchey, creepy dude, which most guys are.
Right.
Most guys are way fucking worse than that, to be honest with you. Most guys are fucking pieces of shit. So I never really, I think it's kind of funny. I think it's all funny. Like, I tease these guys and I talk about this stuff on my shows, and I think a lot of people in LA think that like Legion of Skanks and me, like we like are trying to troll them. It's like, no, dude. It's just sort of the elephant in the room. It's a story. When Callan gets fucking canceled for something, it's a big story in comedy. Right. And to not talk about it and not talk about it in a funny way.
That's a story where it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever everyone's experience is, and I've talked about it before where I go, is it possible that he had one idea of the night, she had another idea?
I'm sure. Very possible. Very possible.
And this was not what it's being portrayed as.
Yeah.
And that when we look at those dynamics of people that meet up, maybe they're drinking, they hook up, and then, you 20 years later.
They're also soulless actors.
They're LA soulless actors.
I mean,
this is my thing with Meghan Markle. She's like, oh, they're racist. And I'm like, of course they're racist, but you're an actress.
Yeah.
So I can't believe, I'm going to believe you. I'm choosing between the British reptilian royal family and an LA actress. They're the same person. Yeah. I'm like, these,
Yeah, it's a lot of it's just a silly. They got so it's almost like I know Pete Davidson pretty well, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll talk about him on my show, and I feel bad sometimes because I'm like, I've always really liked Pete. Always been a really sweetheart of a guy, right? But he's so famous that I'm not talking about the Pete Davidson that I knew from the comedy scene. I'm talking about this celebrity thing that's fucking Kim Kardashian and roasting Kanye. It's like, it's so much bigger than, and I would feel bad if Pete Davidson ever heard us like talking shit. Right. It's not even really talking shit. It's just sort of poking fun and making fun of the whole situation.
Yeah.
He might come to me one day and be like, hey dude, why would you say that? That like hurt my feelings. And I'm like, dude, you don't have feelings anymore. You're famous. You're a billionaire.
Yeah, you just gotta release yourself.
And also, like, I don't really feel bad for people that are fucking millionaires that get made fun of online. I don't feel bad for you.
That's right.
That's your fucking biggest problem.
I feel bad
is that people on Reddit are saying mean words about. Are you out of your fucking mind? Right. You're a millionaire,
right? And
you care about what somebody on Reddit says.
There are people that cannot eat.
Yeah.
There are people that don't have the money to pay their rent, that cannot get their kids insulin,
Mike
don't
Feeney.
have healthcare. Right. Now, so those people, my audience,
Jeremiah Watkins. We know them.
Jeremiah Watkins is doing the star maps in LA, trying to show people houses.
He's
flipping signs. He's just trying to show people. He's selling fruit with Mexicans right now on the freeway. Jeremiah Watkins is trying to sell bottles of water on the 405. So the reality is, it's, those are the people you go, it's, people can say whatever they want.
It's just kind of like, I learned a long time ago. I have a very thick skin. I get trolled. I got trolled by the Opie and Anthony subreddit years ago, to the point where like I was going back at them, and it was like they went it was like they made their own subreddits that were dedicated to me.
Right.
And it just literally gave me a thick skin to it.
Right.
If there's nothing that anybody could say, there's no word. Here's what's happening. This is the physical action. A stranger somewhere in the world is going like this.
Right.
Whether they're good words or bad words, the physical action, actually what it is.
My name, Tim Dillon, is the same name as a guy who works at Marvel. And literally in his Twitter handle, he says, not the comedian.
Yeah.
Because all day, every day, people just tweeted this guy and go, you're fat.
I hope you get AIDS.
I hope you get AIDS and die. You're a fascist. You piece of shit. You sat next to Alex Jones. You did a podcast with Alex. And this guy's like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, dude, I'm an artist. Yeah, the same thing. There's a guy named John Jones.
Yeah.
Who's not John Jones the fighter.
Right.
But like every time John Jones gets into some more trouble, he gets like 100 messages, and he, same thing, not John Jones the fighter. It's like,
yeah,
it's fucking
it's very difficult.
You got to develop a thick skin. You lean into it. And when objectively speaking, trolling is funny. It's really funny. There's that great moment in South Park. Do you remember? I don't know how much you watch South Park.
Not a ton, but I know it's brilliant. And I've watched a bunch of it.
There was a series they did. It was a few episodes in a row where the dad became an internet troll.
Yeah,
it was fucking hilarious, dude. It was so funny and he's trying to get somebody to understand it. Whoever it is, they ask him. They're like, "Why are you doing this? This is this is so dumb. What are you doing? Why would you do this?" And he almost loses control. He's like, "Because it's funny."
Yeah.
And he just can't, it's
right.
People that don't get that, it's like frustrating. It's frustrating.
There's a lot of people out there, you got free time.
Yeah.
You're bored. It's a fun way to fuck with people, right?
Yeah.
And many of those people maybe are not doing what they want per se. Maybe they're like working at a job that's kind of boring and it's not that fulfilling, and they go online and they fuck with people.
Entertaining as fuck.
It's entertaining.
I do it every time I'm on a flight. Every time I'm on a flight, I'm bored for 5 hours. I just sit there and I start just trolling and arguing back and forth with people. It's so fun and so silly. So if you separate yourself from it and realize that it's just a stranger saying something that's probably not valid, then the problem is when it's valid. I think it starts to affect people. And that'll happen sometimes. People they'll pull on a thread and they get something. You go, oh, that one actually hurt a little bit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's part of it. And I also think part of the problem is like there is an element of like people going like, here's your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's your address. Here's where you live.
I've had that.
Yeah, if you have a family, that's a concern.
There was an article that came out that said I was a Proud Boy, right? This completely fabricated article,
right?
Actually, it wasn't fabricated. Okay, I am a Proud Boy. I'm the leader of the New Jersey chapter.
Proud Boys, yeah.
No, what happened was there was a bunch of Proud Boys that were fans of like Legion of Skanks.
Yeah, of course.
If people don't know Gavin McGinnis started Proud Boys while he was on Anthony Cumia's network. Now, my podcast was also on Anthony Cumia's network at the same time. So it was just a ton of crossover.
Sure.
And they started this group as like a fucking gag. At first, it was just they were just trying to be, and then it turned into something super politicized and super, like they were going out to be counter-pro. If you're a fucking funny group, but you're counter-protesting, you got to look in the mirror. And you're like, oh, you're not a funny group, dude. It's not about cereal. Yeah. It's not about punching each other in the arm.
Right.
If you're counter-protesting in fucking riot gear, then it's something different than that. I'm not even necessarily demonizing that.
No.
Cool, go fucking go.
You want to go fight in a Portland park?
Have fun. Have at it, idiots.
Sunday.
You guys can beat the shit out of each other with bike locks for all I give a shit about.
It's a fun, nice weekend.
I enjoy watching it online, right? So there was a bunch of Proud Boys, though, that were fans of like Legion of Skanks, and they were fans of us. And they had a blog, like some Proud Boy newsletter, right? And after I fought at Ellis Mania, they named me Proud Boy of the Month. Right. So they go Proud Boy of the Month. The context is they were just naming, naming
whoever,
right? They would have said it was The Rock. Had The Rock, done something that, they were a fan of his. And so that came out, and I hit them up. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, if you're a fan of mine, you would understand why this would be. And I'm not shitting on the Proud Boys. I'm not shitting on what they do. But let's get real, dude. It's a fucking scarlet letter.
You're involving you, and you have nothing to do with it.
You want to wear that scarlet letter, wear that scarlet letter all fucking day long, dude. And I'm not going to kick you out of my show for wearing a Proud Boys hat. I don't give a shit, dude.
I don't even know what that even is.
The same way I wouldn't kick somebody out for wearing a fucking Antifa fucking
I don't kick any. If you pay the money, I don't kick anyone out.
I don't give a shit,
you
dude.
Start yelling.
Yeah, start yelling shit, then it's over, right?
Yeah.
So I hit the guy up. I was like, dude, you got to take that down. That's crazy. But the internet is forever. And, people, they use, I guess, some sort of like Wayback Machine or whatever. And they found this article specifically. And then they wrote a whole thing about how I'm a Proud Boy. They said this tattoo on my arm was because I'm a 4th degree Proud Boy.
Yeah, it's just bad.
It's number 4. It's just a shitty tattoo.
It's just a shitty
tattoo. It's a good tattoo. It's actually, it represents chaos theory. It's a double pendulum. It's not even a number 4.
Okay.
It's a double pendulum, which makes this design, which represents chaos theory.
Did your mom get that for you when you went to Seaside Heights?
No, it's, no, I got this for my son. I got this for my career. I got it for everything. We could be anywhere right now, Tim.
So that
the infinite amount of decisions that we could have made in our lives.
Yeah.
Literally, dude, it's crazy. The fact that me and you are sitting here across from each other is an actual. It's so unlikely. The fact that Ben's here, the fact that these lights are here, it's so unlikely that it's a small fucking miracle, right? And that's what this tattoo represents. Yeah. Not fucking a 4th degree Proud Boy, which is dumb.
And people just started. Some guy wrote an article.
Yeah,
about
then they share it, and then they were like, Proud Boy lives in this town in New Jersey. They actually had the town wrong, which is funny because I have a generic name. I think they found a different Luis Gomez.
Right.
But it was still like, I was like, and then, I won't even say his name, but one of the comics that sort of trolls me online back in New York.
Yeah.
He started posting about it, and he started retweeting the article. And that's why I really started having a fucking big problem with this kid. Because no, I do have a family. I do have a house. Your intent...
That's when it goes too far.
Your fucking intent is to put my address out there so maybe somebody will see me and come up to me and my family. What do you think is going to fucking happen there?
Right.
What the fuck do you think is going to happen if somebody comes up to me and my fucking family?
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to do, especially, and this is my problem with that kid specifically, he knew I wasn't a Proud Boy. He knew what was going on. Like, he was completely aware, and that's where I go, that's a fucking irresponsibility. Just be real.
That's when it goes too far.
Yeah.
That's when it's too far.
Yeah, I'm not fucking, I would never give out somebody's address. I know we make jokes about doxing people. No, I don't really want people to do that shit. But it's fucking hot in the kitchen, dude. It really is. And in a weird way, after Trump left, now it's cooled down a little bit. Because I feel like the people on the left, they feel like they don't feel like they have to fight so hard.
They got a little bit of a W.
Comedy's sort of lower on the rung of priorities.
Yeah, as it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah.
But if Trump runs again, it's going to get hot in the kitchen again.
It's going to get hot in the kitchen. It may get so hot where it's like, it's scalding.
Yeah. And I don't give a fuck about politics. So,
None of us do. None of us do. We all have ideas and values and things, but then we also realize our job, and this is the problem, is like, you can have fans that believe everything.
Yeah.
I have fans that believe Trump's Hitler. I have fans that believe Trump's the greatest president that's ever lived. Yeah. It's not my business. I don't really care what my fans believe. I care that I'm doing my job. I care what I believe. I don't give a shit what the people in the audience believe. How would I even know?
It's inconsequential for me in my game that I'm playing, who the president is. Right? If the president, whoever the president is, and this is what, we said before about gas prices, right? It's inconsequential. If that's where my I'm focused on those things, everything from gas prices to who the president is to all these shit that I truly really can't control. I know that you can.
Right.
You can't. I'm hyper focused on playing my game and sort of moving forward. And those are variables that have very little effect on whether or not I'm moving forward.
That's right. Yeah. Luis Gomez, where can the people find you? Where can the people support what you're doing? Is Skankfest completely sold out?
Skankfest is completely sold out.
How many tickets do you sell?
We do 2,500 people per day.
Okay. So
very exclusive. Very exclusive. It's not, it feels like a big party. It's one venue, 4 rooms going on at the same time.
Your special?
Yeah, my special's up. My old one's up on YouTube. I think we're doing, Gas Digital is going to produce 6 half-hour specials this summer, and I'm going to do another half-hour for Gas Digital, the Gringo Poppy way.
Buy my special. We'll put it on Gas Digital. You should just buy it.
Buy it flat out.
You should just buy it flat out. I'll sell it to you.
$500.
Put it on Gas Digital.
Let's go.
I was thinking.
No, we're
slightly
gonna
more.
put them out on YouTube. We're gonna put them out on YouTube. There'll be an extended cut on Gas Digital, uncensored extended, a few more jokes.
How are you going to choose the comics?
We have Rebecca Trent and Christine Evans are executive producing, and they produce Skankfest with me. So I think we're gonna do one with me, Dave. Looks like maybe Mike Racine, Aaron Berg. Yeah,
Okay.
a few killers. Yeah.
Right.
Probably 6 or 7 of them. So look out for that. Also, I'm on the road a ton right now. Go to lewisofskanks.com. I'm going all over California. I'm going to San Diego. I'm going to Ontario. I'm going all over Texas. I'll be in Dallas. I'll be in Fort Worth. I'll be in Austin. Fucking Emus, Pennsylvania's coming up. Albany's coming up. A lot of stuff coming up. lewisofskanks.com. Me and Aaron Berg are going on tour all over the place all this fall.
Aaron Berg's hilarious.
Fucking killer. One of the dirtiest comics.
A great show.
And check out my podcast. I do 3 podcasts, Legion of Skanks, Real Ass Podcast, and Yo MMA Rap. They're all on my network, which is gasdigitalnetwork.com. You don't have to subscribe. You can just go and listen to the latest episodes and watch the latest episodes for free right on the website. Or you can subscribe on iTunes, everywhere else. And there's a premium site as well if you guys really like it. You guys want to get the archives and all that
Louis
stuff.
Gomez, thank you for coming out, representing New York comics podcasters, chopping it up here with us out in LA. And, we love you guys in New York and we miss you. It's good to see you. And
I love you, Timmy. I love you guys. You know, I have a ton of respect for what you do. I look up to you. I look at what you guys are doing. I take influence from it in very many ways. And dude, it's really nice to...
Well, we also look in the same way we look down on you guys. Yes, we absolutely, we look down on you and we appreciate what you're doing at that level. And we appreciate that. Louis, thank you.